For decades, the controversial NCAA has had its place as the primary gateway to professional sports. Specifically in the NBA, after the end of the straight out of high school era, the 1 year removed rule had limited top prospects to having few other options besides playing at least one season at a university of their choice. With recent outcry over the lack of compensation college athletes receive for their role in the money-making machine that is high-level college athletics, the NBA set out to create a new alternative. In 2018, the NBA formed a developmental program for top prospects that would allow them to forgo college eligibility and begin training and playing in a professional environment straight out of high school. As of 2020, this program also included a $500,000 salary, a full college scholarship, and access to pro-level performance and life skills training in order to prepare athletes for the next level. Now with all the plans in place, all the league needed was a top prospect to take the leap of faith and join the experiment. Enter test subject number 1. 5-star prospect and number 1 shooting guard in the 2020 class, Jalen Green would become the first top player to enter the league's new program. Known for his high-flying athleticism and killer instinct, he was the perfect fit for the G League developmental program's purpose, getting top prospects to an NBA-ready level as fast as possible. He would be joined by 4 other top prospects and a handful of NBA veterans, making up the G League Ignite roster. In 15 games inside the G League bubble, Green would average 18 points per game starting all 15 contests. The Ignite would go 8-7, losing in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, but shooting at a high efficiency and leading the team in steals as well as points. Jalen proved what he had set out to, that he has a combination of shot-making ability and athleticism that you don't see often, and it's more than just hype. Standing at 6'6" as an elite athlete, it's no wonder Green's athletic potential alone has scouts lining up to see him. It's what fuels his game on both sides of the ball, and with next level first step quickness and crowd raising bounce, it makes him stand out amongst other prospects. We saw this on full display during the G League bubble, as Green was able to get out in transition and rise above the rim time and time again. This is where Jalen plays his best basketball. In the open court, he reads defenses well on the fly, and even without the ball in his hands, runs the lane perfectly to elevate over the backside of the defense and work as a lob threat. His speed is really noticeable with the ball in his hands going downhill, and unlike some other pure athletes, he also has the ability to shift gears and change speeds to throw off the defense. This is also what makes him so effective when blowing by defenders in the half court. Pairing a quick first step with the ability to read the defense and adjust accordingly is what separates athletic players from great ones. Green can elevate above the defense in the paint and has shown the ability to finish through contact strong even with the slim frame. This ability to drive is what opens up his pull-up game and makes him such a good all-around scorer. While defenders might have to overcommit to stop the blow-by, Green can plant his foot and elevate for a jumper at any moment. The pick your poison skill set keeps defenders guessing, and when you already have a physical advantage thanks to speed, it can leave the defense scrambling. He's proven that he has a few moves in his bag to create space, including a nice step back that creates a lot of separation. As he continues to grow this side of his game, specifically improving his ability to handle the ball in the half court, I think the sky's the limit for his scoring potential. From the perimeter, Green has consistently improved year after year, shooting a solid 36% from 3 in the bubble. There's still room to improve on consistency shooting off the catch, which is something he'll have to continue to work on considering how important spacing is in the NBA, but he's solid enough to be a threat already, and his ability to shoot from beyond the arc off the dribble is a skill that few players with his size and athleticism have this early in their careers. The biggest room for growth for Jalen comes in his playmaking ability. He averaged 2 assists per game in the bubble, showing flashes of court vision, but it's not an area that he specializes in. Someone with his ability to get by defenders and draw the help can be lethal if they can also see the court well. If he can continue to expand this area of his game, it opens up more roles and opportunities for him on an NBA roster. As far as the draft goes, it seems like the G League experiment paid off for Jalen Green. He's currently projected to be a top 5 pick, with some experts having him going as high as number 2 overall. There are a number of teams who would love a shot at drafting a player with such high potential, but I've got 2 that I'd really like to see scoop him up. The first being the Orlando Magic, a team that is currently the definition of rebuilding after dumping nearly their entire core at the trade deadline. With a young group of guys like Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, and Mo Bamba currently on the roster, I think adding a potential lethal scorer at the shooting guard spot would fit nicely and give Orlando something to be excited about in the future. The other franchise that I think could give some serious thought about drafting Green is the Houston Rockets. After losing James Harden and seeing their trade assets fall apart, the last hope for any kind of quick turnaround in H-Town comes from their 2021 draft pick. A player like Jalen Green can be a franchise-changing piece if he develops, and with the need for more scoring in the backcourt, the Rockets may be the perfect landing spot. Jalen Green took a leap of faith by electing to be the G League's first big prospect, and by all accounts, it seems like it worked out perfectly. Even though it wasn't a normal G League season, he was still able to work alongside professional coaches and NBA vets while also learning the ropes of what it means to be a pro athlete. It'll be interesting to see how many more elite high school players will decide to go this route instead of the traditional journey through the NCAA. But with athletes becoming bigger stars earlier and earlier in their amateur careers, it's good to see an alternative that results in them being able to capitalize sooner on their own hype. In the meantime, I look forward to seeing how Jalen Green develops. With his combination of high-flying dunks, shot-creating ability, and aggressive scoring instinct, he's got all the tools to become an elite NBA guard. If he reaches the full potential he's capable of, you can be sure that he's a player we'll be watching for years to come, all while being a pioneer for future generations of athletes. What's going on, y'all? This is Trice here. Don't forget to drop a like, leave feedback in the comment section below, and remember to turn on post notifications so you don't miss any new content. This video is the first installment of a series I'm doing this year on some of the top players in the upcoming NBA draft, so I hope you enjoy it and learn some details about the next generation of the game's top players. With that being said, I don't want to take any more time out of your day. Remember to connect with me on social media. As always, this has been Trice. God bless.